think we're live. Are we live? Are we live? All right. Somebody tell me if we're live. I think we're live. Let's see who's here so far. We got Arcade Alex in the house, General Strife, Claudio, Overtime Arcade channel member Wayne, Sean, recently promoted to moderator Sean, Gino Blaze channel member, Legend of Memes channel member, the one and only Ty Laurie channel member. What is going on? How's everybody doing? Patrick Murphy. Yeah, we're ignoring all that tonight. You know, who needs any of that nonsense in our life? We're going to focus on what's important here, which is arcade video games and sharing our passion for all of that with each other. Random Billy Bob channel member in the house. What's going on, everybody? Please chime in and let me know if you haven't introduced yourself. Let me know that you're watching. Say hi to everybody. Encore's Arcade is in the house. Let me know how the levels are. I got a new setup going on here. I have a brand new webcam. I've got a 2-camera thing going on here. Overtime Arcade channel member Jeffrey Mays in the house. I can do a little switcheroo and go over to gameplay very easily. So, you know, a couple months back, we moved rooms. So I moved into a new room in the basement, a different room in the basement with more room, with an Ethernet connection instead of just Wi-Fi, with more power circuits to tap into. So this is the new setup both for my, oh, look at the refresh rate on the Pango right there. That's going crazy. So I got a new computer for doing live streams, but it's a desktop, not a laptop, so it's harder to move around. And it doesn't have a built-in webcam, so I have been using my phone, my iPhone continuity camera sort of mode. And that was working fine, I guess. But it didn't let me sort of do this sort of very seamless transition from, you know, talking at the desk to switching to gameplay. So I think we got that all sorted out. Please let me know if there's any issues going on. I literally got this camera today. I did a practice stream with Sean a little earlier, you know, in his new role as a moderator. So I think we are good here. Arcade Alex says hello from Canada. Yeah, Wayne says hi. I'm Wayne. This is my first time on the channel. Definitely not. John, Overtime Arcade channel member John's in the house. The one and only Goatimus Maximus. What's going on, fellas? So we're doing a little bit of a celebration this evening. Hit another milestone, 5,000 subscribers. What are we at now? We're at 5,367, which is crazy to me. We are just about at the 2-year mark. So what I've been doing lately is every 1,000 subscribers, I've been doing a public live stream to celebrate. And so we've been doing, I've been doing 2 live streams a month for the longest time. Ugh, got some hair or something. 2 live streams every month for the longest time. We do the Coin Gem podcast sort of the last weekend of the month. Public live stream. Venjax, Overtime Arcade channel member Venjax checking in saying he's lurking. That's okay. As long as you guys are watching, that's what matters. And we also do the monthly members only live stream, which tends to be sort of the last week, midweek of the month. And then we do these celebration live streams. I've also got another public celebration live stream coming up on the next month or so for the 2nd birthday of the channel. I've also been, and I like doing live streams. One of the 2 sort of New Year's resolutions that I was trying to keep for the channel was, do more live streams, and I've been trying to do more of that and do more shorts, and I've definitely not been doing more shorts. I had a week there where I was on a roll, and some of them did okay, but shorts are a whole weird thing on YouTube, at least in this community, in the arcade community. Eric Corin checking in. What's up, buddy? Another channel member there. And I want to do another public live stream every month. So in addition to the Coin Gem podcast, and I've got a partner in crime that I've been working with on that. But that individual has been very derelict in their attention to this important matter. What is going on? Got like food or something from dinner, or the fuzz from this new shirt that I put on. I don't know. How does this look? This is the latest addition to the Overtime Arcade official channel merchandise. My goodness. Should have, and I just brushed my teeth too. Trying to look good for you all. Troy's Arcade Restoration in the house, my brother. I've been trying to, I miss talking to you, buddy. When you got your new phone and everything got all screwed up, send me a text message or something. Say hi. I appreciate it. Troy says, congratulations, you deserve it. I really appreciate that, dude. You are awesome. If you guys aren't subscribed to Troy's actually got 2 channels, one focused on arcade restorations, another focused on, he does cars, he does other stuff too. He does a big, holiday decoration, Christmas decoration stuff, which is great. Mark Ludwig checking in. What's going on, dude? All right. Apollo 72. Is that the one that landed on Saturn, that mission? Oh, you're back on Messenger. Good. All right. Yeah. So make sure you subscribe to both channels. Troy is absolutely prolific, does awesome content, really in depth. And he is, I've learned a ton from Troy. So I really appreciate it. Papa Sean 69, tube it in from Peterborough, Ontario, another channel member. And right off the bat, we have Jerry Voluptuous here with a $499 million super chat donation. Jerry, who is a huge supporter of the channel, says, congratulations, my dude. Brother, thank you. I appreciate it. You are a good friend, and I really appreciate that. Gino Blaze, channel member, checking in, and we are rolling, guys. So let's see. We got a lot to talk about. We'll do some updates on what's going on. We'll talk about what I'm working on. We got tons of games to play down here. I should probably write this down. You know what I forgot to do? Oh, you know what I forgot to do? There we go. Okay. I have a producer now who is also Sean. Are you there, Sean? Hold on. Can you hear me? All right, cool. So hopefully nobody can hear Sean, but I got a producer now in my ear helping me out with everything. So yeah, thank you so much for that super generous super chat donation, Jerry. You are awesome. I guess Jerry had a big day of golfing yesterday, and he's kind of tired, so he couldn't promise that he would be staying up. We got SNES Cube 64, aka Matt, checking in, says congrats on the milestone. So yeah, let's see. I should probably write this down. We've got a bit of a sort of a video jukebox here of games you can request. Gameplay. I have voices in my head. So if you didn't see the video, I finally got a Donkey Kong 3 PCB that I for now have stuck in my Donkey Kong Jr. cocktail cabinet. So we've got Donkey Kong 3 that we can play. We've got Pango. That was one of my favorite restoration projects, the Pango. I got the cabinet for free. Put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. I'm really proud of that restoration. So we got Pango. We got Carnival, which is still having the Gauss issue. We have Joust, which was another awesome restoration that I really enjoyed. Tempest is sort of behaving. Donkey Kong, Irish Kangaroo, Time Pilot, which technically isn't a game that I've unveiled yet. I picked that up. Actually, that was delivered to me a couple months ago now. I still need to do a pickup video for that. But that's fully working game, and I rarely get fully working games. Robotron 2084. We've got the Play Choice 10 full of classic Nintendo games. We've got the Centipede that's being all glary over here, right? I got to figure out what to do with this. This is eventually going to turn. This room is still in process. There's a bunch of games that are about to come down. There's probably 4, 5, 6 more games that are going to go over here. Two more that are going to go over there. A couple that are going to go over here. But Play Choice, Centipede. Around back, we have NBA Jam. Behind that, we have an Asteroids Cabaret. We got 2 pins in the back. Star Trek The Next Generation, which is an amazing pin. And the Munsters, which my kids really love too. So if you have any requests for that, please don't hesitate to make a request. Let's see. Matt says I should just keep it as DK3. I've got a trade sort of bubbling where I might get an upright junior cabinet, and I might build that as a turn that into a dedicated, as dedicated as you can have, a DK3. But I don't think the full repro art package is currently available, so I might have to figure something out there. But yeah, this is the Donkey Kong Jr. This is going to stay. This was the second game I ever got. It was the first game that I completely brought back from the dead. The Centipede was the first game that I ever got, and it was technically working when I got it, but needed a ton of TLC and getting it dialed in. But the Junior Cocktail was the first game I brought back completely from the dead. So that's not really ever going to leave the collection. But if I get a nice orange Nintendo cabinet, I think that would be a great fit for putting the DK3 in. So let's see. John Soriano, new name here, says just found this channel about 2 weeks ago. I'm hooked. Well, thank you, John. I hope you enjoy everything we got going on here. And Steve Massman is saying DK3 is a new favorite for sure. You know, we played Donkey Kong 3 recently in the Overtime Arcade private members only Discord weekly tournament. So every week we pick a different game and we play do a high score tournament. And DK3 was a recent one. And that was really a blast, getting good at that. And so, yeah. And right here, we have Random Billy Bob with a $200 million super chat donation. Billy Bob's asking for some Joust. So maybe we jump right in and play a little bit of Joust. It's our first game request here. So we'll come in here. We'll grab a couple of quarters. We will move the camera. What's that? Yeah, I can hear you. Got my producer talking to me. Hopefully it won't distract me too much. All right. How's that look? That looks pretty good, right? Okay. We'll play a little bit of Joust. And Joust acts up sometimes too. Every once in a while I have to mess with the audio board. That didn't work. Here we go. That's not right. Let's reboot Joust. Yeah, like I said, sometimes the that audio board is soundboard's giving me issues from time to time. Usually a reboot helps. I've replaced basically everything on that soundboard. I don't know if the sockets are messed up or what for some of the stuff in there, but that's still not right. Okay, we'll get this, Billy Bob. We'll get this. Even if we have to play with wrong sounds, we will figure this out. Oh my goodness. First game giving me trouble. First game giving me trouble. You know, oh, and I forgot we do also have the Do Run in the Dig Dug Cabaret. That's also having DeGauss issues. Let's see, third time's a charm. There we go. Nope, that's not right. So we're going to play Joust with incorrect sounds. All right. And my little, my little strategy is to hang out down here because I'm a coward and let the bad guys come to me where I can just kill them and eat their eggs. And one of the things that's kind of interesting with this Joust is my joysticks are not the normal, two-way leaf switch joysticks you'll find in most Jousts. I have optical joysticks, far more similar to Bubbles or Sinistar. If you remember from that restoration series, you know, when I was deconverting it from SNK Street Smart, which was a terrible game, I still have that JAMA PCB available for sale if anyone's crazy enough to want an SNK Street Smart. But the underside of the control panel had these large circular holes, which I thought had been drilled out for 8-way Wiccos or whatever. Turns out that those were original joystick holes for these optical joysticks. Very uncommon. Sort of did a bunch of research and kind of determined it was sort of in the middle of the production run, kind of an experiment. Oh, I thought I had high man there. Middle of the production run, Williams, I guess, was experimenting with the optical joysticks. Oh, that was a survival wave. So these are very, very uncommon. And, Brad Raydell, who is sort of a Williams guru, I think he owns every classic Williams game, works on them. He's got an awesome collection. He's a huge asset in the hobby. He actually had a spare set of these things and was kind enough to sell them to me for a very fair price. So thank you, Brad, if you're out there watching. Oh, man. Yeah, this strategy of sort of hanging out at the bottom like a coward, that's what Lonnie McDonald, who is the Joust master, he recommends for non-expert players to sort of maximize your score. Hanging out down here, you holy cow! I've just been handed a note verbally in my ear from my producer Sean that Gotimus Maximus, aka the GOAT channel member, just dropped a $1.999 billion super chat donation. Says, congrats. I love the channel. The GOAT is another huge supporter of everything we're doing here. And I really appreciate everything. And also, very, very happy. You know, he was sort of, potentially in harm's way with Helene, but fortunately survived, relatively unscathed, which I was very, very happy to hear. And on that note, I want to wish a very happy birthday to Tony Arrowwood, who you might know from the Arcade Woodshop channel on YouTube. He's also the guy that makes the awesome, super accurate reproduction. Well, that's not where the eggs are supposed to be, right? Reproduction Williams control panels. Oh, what am I doing here? Oh, it's his birthday today, so everyone please wish him a happy birthday. He might be watching, I'm not sure. And I think he made it okay, him and all his loved ones, but he's very close to a lot of the devastation in Western North Carolina. I think somewhat he's kind of near, I guess, Chimney Rock, which is one of the towns that very sadly got essentially wiped off the map. Most of the buildings in the town swept away. Yeah, and let's play one more. Let's play one more joust. So I'm not happy with this. I guess the sounds have worked themselves out, so we got the correct sounds now. Can you hear the sounds at all? Are they coming through at all for you guys? Producer Sean, are we hearing any sound effects? In the future, I might have to set up a second microphone for the game speakers. You can probably hear Pango's attract mode. All right, let's try to do okay this round. But yeah, glad Tony is safe. Glad the GOAT is safe. And anyone out there, if you're been affected by it, definitely keeping you all in thoughts and prayers. It's crazy, the images coming out of there. I've got a couple of people at work on my team in North Carolina. Unfortunately, they're all okay, and a few other folks in Western Florida Panhandle, and it sounds like they're all safe. But those images are just nuts. Here we go. 3,000 survival points. We got a groove back here. All right, you guys can think about if there's other games you want to request. We'll be doing this for a couple of hours here. I know might be getting a little bit late on a school night for some of you East Coast folks, but it's kind of like Monday Night Football. It's got to start late on the East Coast so that it's not too early for California. Because believe it or not, we do have channel members in California. I was just talking with Sean and some others about how it's seemingly hard to find games in California, and I have a theory about this, right? So if you assume, and maybe it's incorrect, but assume that back in the heyday, back in the early '80s, there was a relatively even distribution on a per capita basis of games, all across the country. So figure, I don't know, whatever, 10 games per 1,000 people, or 1 game per 1,000, per people out there, right? But as populations change, right? The population of California has, almost doubled in the past 40 years. Whereas like where I'm at, it's maybe only gone up 25%. And in the Rust Belt, West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania are all relatively close to me, and I get games from out there, pretty frequently. Those populations have decreased, so the relative supply, compared to the population density, has changed such that Okay, I did not do that right. Talking too much. That there's far more competition in places like California where the population has gone up, right? The supply has been fixed since call it the golden age or whatever. But the demand has gone up because the population has, changed, with respect to, the ratios elsewhere, if that makes any sense at all. Ooh. Whoa! So I killed the pterodactyl, but kind of got in a pickle there and got bounced around and eventually died. Got one guy left. He's going to be a pain not to come down, so we'll do that. All right, not bad, not bad. What's going on in the live chat? Am I missing anything? That's one of the downsides of doing the gameplay. I know other folks have a better setup, like Brandon from Off-World Arcade on Twitch has, multi-camera setup, and he's got some candy cabs where he can do, the streaming and be able to see the, monitor the live chat. That's why I've got Sean here, who very graciously volunteered to help me out a little bit and monitor things and be a bug in my ear, voice in my head, so that I don't miss anything, like the GOAT's awesome super chat donation, which I will be sure to highlight as soon as we finish this game of Joust that Billy Bob requested with his super chat donation. Okay. Yeah, I guess Zoner is talking about how another channel member, it's not difficult to find games. It's difficult to find them at reasonable prices. Oh, yeah, especially compared to the deals we find out east here. Sort of East Coast and Midwest, you have a great sort of ratio of, supply of games and also, the amount of collectors. So, all right, Mr. Pterodactyl. This is often the great filter for me, getting past this stage. Ooh, got some good moves here. Yeah, buddy. Oh, came from underneath. Oh man, I think Ty's probably disappointed that I don't have Rastan or Rastan set up for play in the basement. Technically, the only JAMA cabinet I've got down here is NBA Jam, which is not really ideal for swapping PCBs. I also recently bought from Steve, who's here, S Massman, bought a PCB that I had wanted for a while from him. He sold it to me for a great price. I got to do a pickup video and feature of that at some point. My current plan is for this weekend's video to be, that's not going to be good, right? Let's see, that's maybe my best on this cabinet. So my plan is for the video this weekend to be the finale of Mark's Q*bert restoration. So this is the Q*bert, the J-Rock Q*bert that I'm restoring for my buddy Mark, who goes by Back to the Media, and he owns Back to the Media in Winchester, Virginia, which is a really awesome record shop and console video games and comic books and all that kind of stuff. He's opened up an arcade in the back, which is opening technically this weekend is their soft launch, Saturday, October 5th. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be helping, making sure those games are all running in good condition. I'm going to have some swag, stickers, and magnets and stuff to hand out for my channel. So if you're anywhere near Winchester, Virginia, come see me there Saturday morning. And hopefully the video that I release this weekend is the finale for Q*bert. I've got, basically it's just a reassembly phase. I've got some paint that's drying. I need to put the control panel overlay finally on the control panel and just put it all back together. And that's going to be really, really cool. If I don't get that video done in time, I'll, did I really miss it? Thank you again, Goat, for that awesome super chat. I really appreciate that, buddy. And thank you also for Sean for helping me out, watching, keeping an eye on everything while I'm playing. Where am I here? So yeah, hopefully we'll get that. That Q*bert's going to be done this week. I'm hoping to get it to Mark for the opening on Saturday. And if I don't get that video done in time for Saturday, my backup video is, you know, basically the one where Mark and his wife Danny came and they took a bunch of games from my garage, and then also somebody else came and took a bunch of games out of my garage. So I think the title, the everyone calls it clickbait, but it's not clickbait because it's not misleading. The sensational title for that episode would be something like "They Took Everything," because something like a dozen games, you know, left my garage. Everyone acts like my garage is a roach motel where games check in, but they don't check out. But games do leave quite a bit. All right, let me get caught up here. I missed quite a bit. Oh, everyone's here now. Let's see. Ottawa Gamers is here. Wayne Kenny, what's up? Says, hi, Charlie. Love your videos. Thanks. Appreciate that, Wayne. All right. Yeah, the stay in one place strat is real. Hey. Minimize the work. Jump in General, Overtime Arcade channel member. Jump in General's in the house. He's also in North Carolina. Said got rain, but not too bad, which is great. Glad everyone is safe. And Daniel Nostalgic Bits in the house. Another Overtime Arcade channel member. Might be getting his first cabinet, working on a deal to get a Galaga. That's exciting, dude. Galaga's an awesome game. And let's see. Tony Arrowwood Arcade Woodshop. Tony wants some Pango. So why don't we go ahead and play a little Pango. We will switch our camera view here. I know y'all can hear Pango. So we'll play some Pango. Pango is loud. It has the... This is for your birthday, Tony. Well, Pango for your birthday, for you and Gabriel. All right. Oh, we got to tip forward a little bit. Okay. Hopefully you don't get sick from the camera bouncing all around. Play a little Pango. So, yeah, again, I got this cabinet for free. It had been converted to Time Soldiers, a rotary joystick game. And this was a ton of fun bringing this back. I got the PCB I got from TNT, Mr. Todd Tuckey. It is running. It is, I have a high score saves kit to give it the hot butter popcorn music. I got all of the artwork from this old game, except for the marquee. This is an original marquee, but everything, all the other artwork is reproduction. And, whoa, oh, it's on free play. Why did I even bother putting a quarter in? All right. See if I can do this without bumping the camera. All right. The plan for Zaxxon is it will never be a Zaxxon. Plan for Zaxxon is, I mean, it's going to stay as a Rastan, whatever for now. This is a game where I really have to focus, though. I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is, use it as a, a horizontal JAMA setup, because I don't have one like that right now. All right. I want, this can go there. They can't kill that. Okay. Oh, I didn't, killed them all. So it's going to stay as a Rastan. What I might do is use it as a horizontal JAMA cabinet, because I have the vertical JAMA cabinet, the HS6, the giant thing that I got from that yard sale. But I need a horizontal JAMA setup, because when I got the Superman has gone to Mark's Arcade. So I'm selling that. That'll be available for sale at Back to the Media Arcade. I don't know if that was quite smart. Maybe. Okay. Okay. What am I going to do? Oh, no. How am I going to do this? So I need a horizontal JAMA setup. Congo Bongo, definitely not doing that. That's barely an upgrade from Zaxxon. How am I going to do this? I want to get these 10,000 points. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'll do this. Here comes 10,000 points. There we go. You get those 3 diamond blocks in a row in the middle of the screen, 10,000 bonus points. If you get them 3 in a row on the side, it's only 5. So the way to get big money. Oh, I thought he was dead. That's not fun. The guy spawned during the 10,000 point bonus because it also stuns all the enemies. Okay, let's see. Charles Klein's here. What's up, Charles? Charles has been working on something interesting. Charles is a bit of an operator. He's got a bunch of games on location, and he was building a base for a change machine. So he was showing us the process in the channel members only Discord. If you guys are interested in becoming a channel member, there is a join button. It's $1.99 a month. You've probably heard me talk about this a million times. For $1.99 a month, excuse me, you get to support the channel. You get early access to all new videos. There's the private members only Discord, monthly members only live stream. So many perks, so many awesome, amazing benefits of becoming a channel member. You see all the people that have the little almost like sheriff's badge stars next to their names in the chat. That's because those folks are all channel members. And they're all great supporters of the channel. Most of them are in the Discord where we have a lot of fun talking about what we're working on, what we're playing. We do tournaments. We do all kinds of fun stuff. Oh, and that was a mistake. Okay, how am I going to do this now? I really want those 10,000 points. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna get it. Don't worry. I'm gonna get 10,000 points. So yeah, click. Should be a join button. You can. There should be even like a $sign button, which is the same thing you do for if you want to do a super chat donation. And all right. Okay, they're all dead now. You can become a channel member. Great way to support the channel. Great access to some awesome perks, and you can join the. We've got about 100 folks now, which is awesome. Oh, look at this guy. Who does he think he is? He got away. It's not a bad game though. Pengo is hard. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Pengo is a difficult game. Okay. Now I've totally blanked on what you told me a minute ago, Sean, so sorry about that. Charles Klein, that's right. Charles is a good dude. Charles makes awesome reproduction wiring harnesses. Sort of in the same, I would put him in the same category as, as painstaking as Tony Arrowwood is at reproducing cabinets and control panels. Charles goes to the same painstaking difficulty in reproducing wiring harnesses. He is able to source the exact right colors, even the weird, striped whatever colored wire. So I've got some of Charles's stuff. I've got a partial harness of his in my Joust. I have actually a second Robotron in my garage that I need to restore at some point. I've got a complete reproduction wiring harness for the Robotron from Charles. So highly recommend his stuff if you're in the market for something like that. And let's be honest, we're all always looking for wiring harnesses. Okay. Oh, awesome. So, sorry, what was the name again? I missed it, Sean. EW is amazing, who I believe is in Canada. He's hooking me up. He's selling it to me at a great price though. A bubbles bezel, and I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but I have. I picked up a bubbles cabinet. I'm pretty sure I have not mentioned that yet. I've got that. Ooh. Here we go, 10,000 points. So I did pick up a bubbles project, and EW is amazing is selling me an original bezel, which I really appreciate. Some other folks have hooked me up with things. I think the goat got me a marquee. I believe it was the goat. Come on, come down here. All right, we got a $199 million super chat donation from Gino Blaze. Oh man, Gino Blaze also is the one that hooked me up with what was the cabinet I just picked up in the latest video? Like a crazy person. I can't even remember. What game did I just get? What game did I just get? Was it the Pac-Man? No, it was the Rastan. Gino Blaze found that. No, was it? Did Gino find that Rastan? I think so. So thank you so much for that super generous super chat donation, Gino Blaze. And is it Arcade Maze? Arcade Alex just became a channel member. He hit that button that I was talking about, where you can, it's a $1 button, and he became a channel member, supporting the channel now. He'll get all those awesome perks, early access to all new videos, monthly members only live stream, private members only Discord. Oof. Is that Daniel Nostalgic Bits or a different Daniel? Daniel Nostalgic channel member, I believe with a $10 billion super generous super chat donation. He wants to see some Robotron. So as soon as I die here, which will be very imminent, I'm trying to score, trying to get that 10,000. Oh, it's $5. Thank you, Daniel. It's very generous of you, buddy. Let's see. Oof. You guys are going nuts. What are we doing? Holy cow. Hold on. I need to get back here. Sean is doing his best, but he can't keep up with all these donations. Holy smokes. So we had the GOAT a while back with an amazing $1.99 billion super chat donation. Let's see. I'm missing all of these. You guys are killing me. Gino Blaze with $199 million super chat says, congrats, Charlie, on the milestone. Really appreciate that. Arcade Alex, channel member. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much. Sometimes it doesn't catch them all. I'm just going to double check and see if there are some others that have popped in. Arcade Alex. I know Jeffrey May is just renewed today, which was great. Where am I? Back over here. Thank you, Alex. Really appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, Arcade Alex has his badge now. He's official. Daniel wants some Robotron. Congrats. Here's to 10,000 subscribers. So Robotron is next in the queue. Gino wants Rastan. Yeah, that was the game that you found for me, Gino. I really appreciate that. Zoner says that's bad, Charlie. I can't remember what game I got. Zaxxon, Raxton. And then Wayne with the $1.399 billion Canadian super chat donation, $10 towards the Zaxxon PCB. I don't know. I had that Future Spy that I picked up. I bought that at auction. And if you don't know, Future Spy is basically Zaxxon 3. It goes Zaxxon, Super Zaxxon, Zaxxon 3. But I actually sold that to Jumping General because he really wanted that. Yeah, Arcade Alex, we definitely need to get you in the Discord. I'll send you the link right after. If your YouTube account is connected to your Discord account, it's just automatically add you. If not, I'll send you the link afterwards so you can get in. All right. Let's see. Jerry asks, what do the color badges mean? Those are for how long you've been a member. Like for the first couple of months, you get a different color each month. And then then you get a color at, you know, I don't know, like gold at a year or something like that, and 2 years, whatever. If you go to, if you click on the join button, even if you're already a member, it'll tell you what those badges mean. And holy smokes, Jeffrey Mays gifted 5 channel memberships. And who got those? Do we know? Let's see. Those 5 gifted channel memberships from Jeffrey went to Encore's Arcade. That's Josh, Andy Middleton, Analog Archaeologist, Lunatic Gunstar, and John Soriano. You'll all be able to access all the channel membership perks, you know, the early access to all the videos and the Discord and everything. But you only get it for a month with this free gift trial. After that, you'll have to do it yourself. And let's see, Arcade Alex, $699 million Canadian. All those loonies coming my way. Thank you, Arcade Alex. All right. And we've got a lunatic here. Look at this. John, Overtime Arcade channel member John, with a $1 trillion. This is a record never before seen on YouTube, certainly not on my channel. This blows everyone out of the water. I don't think Dr. Disrespect has ever gotten a donation like this. A $1 trillion super chat donation from John, who says, thank you for making such an amazing community. Congrats, and this is only the beginning. John, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate that. I'm going to reinvest that money directly into this crazy obsession that we all share. We were just looking on the Discord at, there's a game that just popped up like 40 minutes away from me tonight, and it's a Clax in some sort of cabinet. It might be one of those weird non-dynamo generic cabinets, but holy smokes, John. So John, you also need to pick a game. So think about what game you want to see. I'm going to go play Robotron for Daniel's donation. So let's go set up for that. But John, I want you to think about what you've done, John. And please pick a game, any game we get down here. We also got the pinball, of course. We'll come around like this. Maybe we can, hopefully you won't all get dizzy. We got the pinball machines over here, of course. We can play those. We've got a popcorn machine over there that Sean actually got me as a gift a while back. But let's get set up. Let's get set up to play Robotron, which I know you guys probably already know this. Robotron Many Days is my favorite game. It's certainly in the rotation for being one of my favorite games. And we'll adjust this a little bit here to make sure we can all see what's going on. I'll back this up. And yeah, that looks pretty good, right, Sean? Okay, let's grab some coins. And we'll play some Robotron. Now, this always gets interesting to play Robotron with the camera in the way, but we'll do our best here. Okay. And it's been a while. I've been so focused in the garage with fixing everything, especially that Qbert. Come on. That I haven't been playing a ton down here. So no guarantees that I won't have a terrible performance. Okay. Would be really embarrassed if I died in the first couple of screens. Whoops. Left some bonus points on the table. Whoops. All right, they got me there. Robotron really makes me concentrate here. Oop, and the guy's stuck in the corner. All right. All right, lots of money, lots of points here. Let's get some extra lives, for crying out loud. Come on. Almost, almost. Okay. Ooh, and I do have Andrew B's reproduction. What are they called? Grommets in my joysticks here. So this is a Survivor cabinet, one of the few that I didn't have to deconvert as part of the restoration process. And I had everything complete and original. You know, I did restore the electronics and got everything, you know, back in tip-top shape. Oh, not quite 100,000. Maybe we'll play one more. But I did, you know, it's got the original joysticks, a nice 4-inch tall, correct 8-way Wickos. But the grommets were getting a little long in the tooth. And the arcade shop has replacement grommets, but they're really stiff and they take forever to break in and they just don't feel right. So Andrew B on the Claw forums and Facebook, I think he's on Facebook a little bit. He makes really, really good. I guess the original person on Claw that made them, his name was Fleetwood. And he got out of the hobby or maybe just decided to stop making them. So he turned over all that to Andy, who I have met once in real life. And he's a nice guy. So Papa Sean talking trash, saying I'm no Liam. I think my high score for Robotron is higher than Liam's. Just so you know, if that's what you're referring to. All right. And Jerry and Gina are talking about whose joystick is stiffer, which is probably inappropriate for a family-friendly YouTube channel. Ooh, that was nice. Can't believe I survived that unscathed. Ooh, hit my head on a block. How embarrassing. Now I'm crumbling. Yeah. Yeah, falling apart. I blame Papa Sean for getting in my head, talking trash. There we go. And these are the tanks, right? That's what these bad guys are called. Yeah. Here we go. Well, wah, wah, wah. All right. John, have you decided what game you want me to play with your incredible $1 trillion, completely unprecedented super chat donation? Let's see. I guess John has Joust Cocktail with one of Charles Klein's reproduction wiring harnesses. Okay, let's see. What am I missing? Jerry wants me to get that Clax. Oh, John wants Tempest. We're going to play some Tempest. Let's play some Tempest for John. My brand new intern producer. I think he missed that chat. But that's okay. That's okay. Won't hold it against them. And this is an interesting Tempest, and it's acting up a little bit. So this is a Tempest Cabaret. This was probably the most challenging restoration that I've ever even attempted, and it was before I started the YouTube channel. Wow, and it's just bouncing all over the place. I've even rebooted it a couple times, and it's still acting all crazy. All right. And it does this, it has this jitter to it, and it's probably, the camera is probably like canceling out a bunch of it. Let's see. But it's everything is bouncing a little bit. And talking to Andrew B, who is he's really more known for being a vector expert. He gave me a couple things to try out, but hopefully that's still you know, viewable on the screen here. So let me grab a couple quarters and we will play some Tempest for John. There we go. Of course, we're going to take the skill step to the max. And yeah, this jitter's bad. Yeah, Andy thinks, you know, with all the other things I've tried to get rid of the jitter, you know, he thinks it might be an issue with the LV 2000 kit that I've got in this thing. And I got a new one that's a higher quality that I'm going to try. You know, eventually when I'm forced to, oh man, when I'm forced to, you know, rebuild the 6100 or whatever, which I've already done before. But these monitors, and you know, basically you want to score under 60 or under, what is it, under 6,000 on that first board with the skill step, because then you get 5,400 for completing that stage. But if you die, I think I'm kind of screwed over here now. Yeah. You'll only get one bonus life instead of essentially two. Because you get the bonus life, is it every 20,000? Yeah, we're gonna have to play again. I'm rusty. Rusty. It's not good. There we go. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and we here in Virginia, we got spared. You know, my part of Virginia got spared from Helene, but we've had so much rain. Like, it has literally rained. Oh man, not good. Almost every day for the last 10 days straight. There was a slight break in the rain on Thursday. Oh man, I'm gonna put another quarter in for you, John. There was a slight break in the rain on Thursday, where I went down to. That's when I got the Rastan and the Zaxxon cabinet, and I got the two Pac-Man cabarets. So it was only drizzling that day. So I picked up those games in a drizzle, which is not great with that. Man. Yeah. So we had a slight break in that rain, and it's just been pouring. So I've been like dodging rain, trying to paint stuff. Nope, didn't make it. But so much rain. The ground is saturated. I think if we got anything from Helene, we would just be screwed. Our producer tells me that I got a $999 million super chat donation from Neon Beachy, formerly known as She Lion. Thank you so much, Jade, for that super generous super chat. I'll go back and read it. I'm also a channel member. Thank you. Says congrats on 5K. I'm also a channel member of Jade's channel. So I'm in the, I guess the channel has changed from She Lion Gaming to Neon Bitchy. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Also have really cool Discord and, you know, private videos and that sort of stuff, which is really cool. That's a cool community. And yeah, lots of cool videos. Oh, why am I moving it like this? There was one recently with, was it Mortal Kombat 3 for the 3DO, something like that? That was a really cool video. But yeah, thank you so much, Jade, for that super generous super chat donation. All right. Okay, I got to get my fan going. It's getting warm down here with all these games on. Let's see. What am I missing? What am I forgetting? Sean's trying to keep me in check here, and I would be totally lost if I didn't have Sean watching these chats. Let's see, especially while I'm playing the games. Cameron asks, what games are on the play choice? So on the play choice, you might be able to see it here. And by the way, the black bar in the upper monitor has kind of gone away, like it's worked itself out. If you remember that whole escapade with the flyback. But we have Balloon Fight, Castlevania, Contra, Dr. Mario, Rygar, not to be confused with Rastan, Gauntlet, Mario Bros, Fester's Quest, which is a bizarre game, Ninja Turtles 2, so TMNT, the arcade game, and Tecmo Bowl. So those games are all up for grabs. If somebody wants me to play one of those. Let's see. Also, Cameron has a couple of things for sale right now. I know he's got a, feel free to mention it here, Cameron. He's got a Turtles in Time PCB for sale. And I think a couple other things too. Was it an MK2 board set? So if you're in the market for anything like that, please get yourself connected with Cameron. Also, while we're here, I'm going to do something. While we're here. I must have said his name enough, and he appeared. We have Mr. That's right, Jerry. Mr. Radell, Mr. Brad Radell. I was just talking about you a few minutes ago, Brad. I was talking about how awesome you were to sell me those super uncommon, super rare Joust. I'll even show them here real quick. The Joust optical joysticks. I was playing Joust very poorly a few minutes ago, and those right there are the optical joysticks on Joust. So noted by the circular base of the joystick as opposed to the small oval one, and the ball tops I think are larger on this. And even though it looks like a circle, you can only go left and right, can't go up and down. So yeah, thanks again to Brad for that. All right, what else is going on here? No, Reality Checkmate. I do not have RC Pro-Am. That's like a $250 Play Choice 10 game. I know Chance from the Canadian Arcade and the Coin Jam podcast, he really wants one, but he's not willing to pull the trigger. There is one on eBay right now. It's for $250 that he doesn't want, or that he doesn't want to spend that kind of money. Holy cow, Go to Miss Maximus, the GOAT, just gifted 10 channel memberships. Let's see who they went to. Encore's Arcade got another one. I think maybe he's watching with, oh no, that was way back. Okay. Let's see. So the channel memberships went to Silent J, Encore MPW, who is also Encore Arcade. So I think he's maybe got this going on 2 screens. I do that sometimes when I'm watching Twitch. I'll have Twitch going on my Apple TV, and then I'll have it also going on my phone, so I can be in the chat, which is very difficult with the TV. Arcade Eric got a channel membership. Also Matthew Damien, Ice X Mikey, Nebo 77, David Holler, Drummy, Dave McCullough, Travis Nutley, all gifted channel memberships from Go to Miss Maximus, aka the GOAT. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So all of you will get a month free trial membership, early access to all new videos, monthly members only live stream, and access to our private members only Discord. If your YouTube account is already linked to your Discord account, so in Discord, there's settings, you can link your accounts there. If you do that, you'll just automatically, the private Discord will just show up in your channels list. If not, I will post after the stream, I will post a members only post on the YouTube channel that will give you a direct link to join there. Let's see. Yeah, John says, see you in the Discord. John had to bounce. John, again, thank you so much for that super chat donation. $1 trillion. I think that is a record for anyone ever on YouTube. And that will all be reinvested directly into buying parts and tools and cabinets and everything. So thank you so much for that. NC Millennial just got a Zaxxon PCB. I don't know, do we say congratulations or condolences for that? Just kidding. Let's see. Ottawa Gamers is a little bit disappointed that he didn't get a free channel membership. There's always the option to buy your own channel membership. That's an option. Cameron is watching on his TV and phone. That's great. Another channel member, Legend of Memes, checking in. What's going on, Legend of Memes? who I think is also a Jeff. I think it's something like 43% of all channel members are named Jeff. So that's really awesome. Ba with the Ba Leet or 1337 says, woo, 5,000 subs. Thank you so much. Jerry says that Legend of Means is a Tempest PhD. Interesting. I'll have to see if you agree with Andrew B's assessment of what I should do next. And Jade says, I need a vertical Nintendo cab. Anyone giving away will pay shipping. So, but that's shipping to California, and which means no Fastenal, because Fastenal won't go across the Rockies. Stephen Wallard is in the house. Stephen is the guy that sold me the 2-player Super Off-Road, which is currently at Back to the Media Arcade. Mark sent me a video this evening that he should probably post to his YouTube. He should post it to his Facebook, doing a quick 30-second walkthrough tour of the new arcade. I saw it right there. So yeah, Jerry's complaining that Lord Jeff Kinder's not here. Jeff Kinder is not a night owl. Jeff Kinder goes to bed at like 9 o'clock. He's also got a newborn. But Scott, Troy was here. Troy from Troy's Restorations was here earlier. So Troy has been around. Let's see. I feel like so there's something that I want to do. Let me do this real quick. And YouTube makes this so difficult. I need to go to my own channel, go into my own stream, mute it, and then I need to click on this, and I need to go to gift. I'm going to gift 5 memberships. So 5 people just got another channel membership. Let's see. That went to Chris W., Scott Marshall, the Benin engineer, Dylan Conduzzi, and Brian Buckingham all just got free Overtime Arcade 1-month trial channel memberships. I think we'll do another 5 in a little bit. Sorry, Scott. I think Scott missed out, but I have some more to give away in a little bit. You can also get your own buy your own channel memberships. That's always an option. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, Troy was here. We got this. We got this. And yeah, we were talking about Future Spy, Jumping General. All right. Who wants to see another game? What should we play next? Ottawa Gamer says, why don't you have Killer Instinct or MK1? So my tastes tend to go towards the golden age, right? So you have kind of 3 main eras of arcade games. You have the Bronze Age, which was really like, computer space and Pong, all the way through things like Depth Charge and Atari Fire Truck and the black and white era. And the Bronze Age kind of ended with Space Invaders. And you can argue, was Space Invaders the last Bronze Age game or the first Golden Age game? And then you have this just sort of explosion of games in the Golden Age, color games, vector games, things like Asteroids and Centipede and Pac-Man and Donkey Kong and all that stuff. And that's really where my primary interest as a collector and someone who restores these games, I really prefer that sort of stuff, the Golden Age. I have owned Bronze Age games in the past. I've actually gotten rid of my Bronze Age games. We'll talk about that at another time. And then you have sort of, the crash of 1983 and into 1984, and there was sort of the industry completely changed and went, kind of died until Nintendo resurrected it with the home console side of things. Long story. I'm really, going super fast past it. And then there was a renaissance of arcade games. There was still some in the late 80s, right? Like Mario Bros. And, different things like that, Punch Out. But then there was a resurgence, a sort of second renaissance with Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat and NBA Jam and that sort of stuff. And I don't know if people call that the Silver Age, but it makes sense in my head to think of that as the Silver Age. If we had the Bronze Age and then the Golden Age and then the Silver Age, those are JAMA cabinets. Lots of also beat 'em ups. So fighting games, sports games, brawlers. Side-scrolling beat 'em ups, and those are okay. I've got NBA Jam. I wouldn't mind owning an MK1 or an MK2. Street Fighter, I like it, but probably not enough to own one. So I do have some JAMA cabinets. Most of those are in the garage. But I wouldn't be against owning a Mortal Kombat. I don't know how much my wife would appreciate that with sort of young children, but yeah, I could see that's coming in at some point. Let's see. Scott Brockway, welcome to the Arcade Fund. Let's see. I think Scott has received some gift memberships in the past, and he is now officially, formally, a Overtime Arcade channel member for forever, right? So thank you so much for that, Scott. I know we've seen you in the Discord a bit, and you've been on like private, the private monthly members only live stream. Reigning memberships here, yeah. Reigning membership, says Channel Static. Random Billy Bob wants to see Star Trek The Next Generation. And let's see. Thanks, Scott. Scott says, I really enjoy your channel. You're a nice guy. I try to be, right? I try to make this, a warm and welcoming and happy place. No time for any negativity. NC Millennial just picked up a G-Lock cabinet that he's having a blast with. Eric Oren wants to see DK3. Josh wants to see a full game of NBA Jam. That will take a while. But Charles seconded Star Trek The Next Generation. We might have to do that, and then maybe we can go back and play some DK3 or something. Sean's Tech Rescue in the House. Do you have any favorite shoot 'em ups? Well, I do have a Time Pilot back here that we could play a little bit of. Jumping General asking, if you could only keep one game in your collection, which would it be? That's really, really difficult. I don't know. That's like, which of my children would I save? Probably Robotron. Cool. Let's play some Star Trek The Next Generation. Why don't we do that? It's been a while since I've done pinball on camera. So, and now I'm starting to sweat. I need to get my fan going. Playing pinball is not going to cool me off. So let's come over here. And, it's difficult to get a good shot with the camera of this. So give me a moment here. And yeah, I got a credit dot on, not because, and you won't really be able to see the DMD, only in the reflection. I do have a credit dot, not because there's any problem. It's just I can't make that Delta Quadrant ramp shot is just very difficult for me. So let me know, Sean, does that look okay on camera? Yeah, looks okay. All right, good. Okay, good point. We will bump off Sean's donation banner. I appreciate it, but we need to see that play field. Scott says, I'd love a high-speed Firepower and Gorgar. Of those, I'd probably go with high speed myself. Arcade Alex says I need a Chiller in the lineup. My wife would definitely not be happy to see Chiller in the house. And those, let's see, exity shooter games are not cheap. How many? Favorite game I don't have yet. That is a very, Scott Brockway asked, what's my favorite game that I don't have yet? That is very, very, very easy to answer. Spy Hunter. Top of my wish list right now is a Project Spy Hunter sit-down cockpit. I've got a great, you guys don't believe it, but I've got a great spot picked out for it in the basement. Everything else that's really at the top of my wish list I have been able to obtain. I got the Bubbles, and what was the other one? What was the other one that I really wanted that I just got? No, not Zaxxon. I forget now. There was something else that was really high on my list. But anyway, Spy Hunter. That's what I want. Okay, let's play some Star Trek: The Next Generation. Excuse me, pinball. And let's see. I'm going to do a launch probe just so I can make sure these guns are working. All right. Now the camera's definitely in the way. Okay, I can't line up my shots. There we go. That's something. And out lane. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. We'll do light lock. You know, and I think they made it. You know, I love this game, and this pinball, the Star Trek: The Next Generation, is the one that I have the most nostalgia for as a kid. We'll play another game. It was at the bowling alley closest to my house growing up. So I grew up in New England and Connecticut, and there's normal bowling up there, but we also have duck pin bowling, which is like candlestick bowling. Ooh, see, I can't quite make that shot. I don't know. Maybe I have to wax the play field or something. I distinctly remember. Go ahead, Sean. Scott's asking if I've put any toys in the machine. I have not, but the previous owner has. There is a little Borg cube right here, sort of just to the left of the Klingon bird of prey. And I thought, was there one more? I have a runabout, and I have the Defiant like Hallmark ornaments. I had them like on top of the cabinet until I moved rooms. I could maybe find room for them inside. One huge thing that I think was a mistake, you know, so I love this pin. It's probably my favorite pin of all time. Is they have the weird Borg scout ship in the back, right? And yes, although the Borg cube is sort of a much simpler design, I think that would have been more iconic for it to be a traditional Borg cube in the back instead of the weird scout ship. But let's play one more game of Star Trek. And let's try to get the Borg multi-ball. Let's try to do that. You know, one thing I've never done on this game is unlock Riker's poker game. That's one thing I have not done. So I might have to, you know, really focus on doing that at some point. I've done everything in the Munsters. Like I've done, you know, Midnight Madness. I've done Munster Madness. I've done all that kind of stuff. Come on. I know you guys probably can't hear the game. Maybe I can just do impressions of the sound effects. Another sort of related question, it would be like, if I could have any other pin, what would it be? I don't really have a ton of room for more pins. Maybe one more, just sort of like the layout that I have in mind for down here. If I could get one more pin, it would be, believe it or not, roller games. System 11, Williams System 11. Excuse me. I don't really care for the primary theme of roller games, which is roller derby, but the secondary theme is late 80s, early 90s consumer like advertising. So like GamePro magazine, and sliced orange soda and thermos and that kind of stuff is all over the game. So, and I think it's a relatively, let's see, relatively, you know, reasonably priced System 11. Oh man. Oh well. Oh, I think I earned a free game. Jerry Voluptuous says, good night. Thanks, Jerry. You really appreciate it, buddy. I think were you our first super chat? I think. Awesome. So yeah, that's Star Trek: The Next Generation, and somehow I ended up with more credits than I started with. Okay, let's see what's going back over here. All right, Panga's going nuts. What am I missing? What am I missing? Yeah, I'm sorry you can't hear the game, Scott. We'll have to figure out something. I can get a second microphone and like move it around, put it near the speaker. What's going on here? Yo, Eddie's in the house. What's up, brother? Yeah, Scott. Oh, for Halloween, Alex was saying, chiller for or Tales of the Crypt for Halloween. I have something in mind for Halloween. There is a game that I have done a pickup video for that is probably a one and done episode to get it restored. Um, and the game itself is not a Halloween theme, but I have a Halloween costume that is related to like the restoration process for this game. So that's going to be the Halloween episode with a costume. And as a little thank you for all of the awesome folks here watching the live stream, it is another classic wrestler. So I did Macho Man Randy Savage a while back. This is going to be another wrestler, almost as big of a personality as the Macho King himself. That's what Halloween's going to be all about this year. Maybe I'll do like a Munsters gameplay live stream or Fester's Quest or something, some sort of Halloween theme in addition. Random Billy Bob asks, ever thought of installing a color DMD? I thought about it. It's not the cheapest thing in the world. And, I tend to prefer things to be very original. I know in the pinball community, mods are a pretty big deal. I try to keep my video games as bone stock as possible. That's just my way of doing things. CW Graham was asking, how much do you want a Spring Break or Orbiter 1? I maybe have only played Spring Break once. Orbiter 1 is wild. And first time I ever played Orbiter 1 was out at the Pacific Pinball Museum in Alameda, which is where they keep the nuclear vessels. In this game, if you've never played it, is just bizarre. It's got all these magnets and weird things. It's almost supposed to like simulate you playing on the surface of the moon or some weird planet. You can go like the drain is not the back of the bottom of the table. It's a hole, and you can actually orbit around almost like ice hockey. You know how the puck can go behind the net, and there's all this sort of weird stuff, magnets and things under the table, under the play field that you can't see. Crazy game. So I played that out in the museum. There's also a new pinball arcade that's been open for the past year, not too far. It's maybe 10, 15 minutes away from me, called Jackpot Pinball Arcade in Virginia. The guy that owns it, our kids play sports together. The guy's name is Eric. And he's got an Orbiter 1, so I can play that anytime I want. And so since I can play it anytime I want, why would I own it? Let's see. People talking about different games. Crazy Climber is actually our weekly tournament game right now in the members only Discord. Let's see. Ottawa Gamer says they need to make a WrestleFest too. Well, they've got Superstars. Well, I have that PCB. Jerry has WrestleFest. Jerry also just got Superstars, and Jerry has WWF WrestleMania. Which with Doink the Clown and the Undertaker, that's really cool. Charles Klein says streaming pinball is tricky. You do a really good job with that, Charles. I know you've got kind of an elaborate setup for that. Weez34 asks, any plans to rebuild Moon Patrol cocktail soon? Yes, I almost made some progress. So when I bought the laminate, the yellow Formica laminate for the Qbert cabinets, I've also been. Do I even have them right here? I was I was looking at different samples, right? So I've got my Formica and different Wilson art and whatever. Here, my yellow, and this is even like a paint chip, laminate samples. And I think this is the closest I've been able to find of a match for the Moon Patrol cocktail. And this is Nevamar Babbling Brook. And when I got the laminate from John at Top Cabinet Hardware down in Florida, who is, speaking of Jeff Kinder earlier, John at Top Cabinet Hardware is Jeff Kinder's laminate guy. And I trust Jeff and follow all of Jeff's advice when it comes, certainly when it comes to cosmetic and cabinet restorations and that sort of thing. And he swears by John. So that's where I got my laminate from for the Qberts. And we were trying to track down this Nevamar, but this particular one is like a special factory order sort of thing. So I'll have to figure that out at some point, or maybe just make do, like live with it the way it is. Just call it an extra patina special on that. But I do want to get that Moon Patrol working soon, because the Moon Patrol, that video did extremely well. That video did extremely well. Let's see. I've been paying close attention to this because the warehouse raid video that we did, not this past week but the week before, it's only been out for less than a week and a half, and it's already the second most watched video of all time. So my most watched video of all time by a mile is the carnival video. Carnival right there. That's got about 51,000 views, which is insane. Just a little over a year ago, that video came out, and the curve, the growth curve for the views is all bizarre. That hit something with the algorithm like 6 months ago and went nuts. So that's got 51,000 views. But the arcade warehouse rate already has 11,000. So in less than a week, it got to 10,000. It's already over 11,000. The other videos that have done really well, I did the pickup videos for the Balicente cabinet and the second Outrun Mini. That did really well. When I got the Defender from the arcade that closed down, kind of, I think they really relocated. That did really well. When I got the Irish Kangaroo from the abandoned mall, that did well. But surprisingly, the Moon Patrol cocktail second video, because I did an original video where I talked about how I basically pulled it out of a backyard. I've been in the rain for months, and it's in rough shape. That was really the pickup video. The second video I did for that a few months later, I think people thought that it was another pickup video, because pickup videos do the best by far. And that's one of the reasons, guys, that I do so many pickups, is those videos do amazingly well. That's the only one maybe in the top 10 that's not technically a pickup video, but I think most people thought it was a pickup video because it had been so long, even though it's technically part 2. Basically, then I was just cleaning it out, which was really disgusting, the literal mouse nests in there. But we'll get to the Moon Patrol at some point. Brandon C, what's up, dude? I think this is the right Brandon. Brandon C, I believe, is well, so say, goes by Advance 13 on Clove, but not anymore. Permanently banned from Clove. You got to know the inside story there. He also does Twitch. He is Deckard995 on Twitch, and he has Off-World Arcade. He streams on Twitch most Wednesdays, sometimes in the evening. Sometimes he'll do it like lunch break at work, but he's on the West Coast, so that's like 3 o'clock my time. So I try to like watch those a little bit during breaks at work or in between meetings. So you should definitely subscribe to him on Twitch. I watch him. I think it's rare that I miss one of his streams on Twitch. He also tends to play later games than I do. So he likes late 80s and like early 90s, lots of Japanese stuff, candy cabs, mostly JAMA games. He does a bunch with Mr. He does some console games too. But yeah, Brandon, retired podcaster. You may recognize his voice when you start watching his streams, but I'm a big fan of his. I'm glad he's here checking it out. Let's see. What did I miss? Yo, Eddie, I think we said what's up. Yeah, Brandon and I both share a strong affinity for Taco Bell. If I got Taco Bell DoorDash, I'd have to go upstairs, and the Bluetooth would get all screwed up. Chris's Retro Arcade in the house. Word up. Ottawa Gamers is asking, how are you streaming with yourself? So I'm not streaming from the cell. The setup that I have is I've got my desktop here with a webcam, that brand new webcam like today. And so that's doing the streaming is going through the desktop. I have a multi-camera setup in OBS. So in OBS, and I completely uninstalled because I was having all kinds of errors and issues with OBS. Completely reinstalled and wiped it today. Did the new setup of the new camera. I can seamlessly transition from a secondary camera for gameplay. Like we were just playing Star Trek: The Next Generation a few minutes ago, switching right back to the desk mode. I got to get more stuff set up. I got it for Christmas last year and really haven't touched it. The channel members all chipped in. They bought me a couple things. They bought me a new microphone, which I use for podcasting and I use for recording audio. The headset makes it easy to move around from game to game. They got me that microphone, and they got me a Elgato Stream Deck that I really have to get set up. And I was going to be doing it With the other monthly live stream that public live stream that I'm going to be doing, and my partner in crime there needs to get it in gear so we can launch that. But I got to get that figured out soon. But I have the multi-camera set up in OBS for public live streams like this, and for the Coin Jam podcast. I actually turn on the OBS virtual camera and send that to StreamYard. StreamYard makes it really easy for me to do all these overlays. Excuse me. I don't pay for the StreamYard paid version, which is why you see the Powered by StreamYard thing right here. But it lets me have these overlays. It lets me highlight super chats, like this incredible $1 trillion super chat donation from John. I know there's ways to do it in OBS, but it's a lot of work to set that up. I think Brandon has put a really, he has really high production quality. And I think he does it all himself on Twitch. Like, he's got all these sound effects and all these awesome things. It's really great. All of these like animated cut scenes, and like while he's changing out, JAMA PCBs, it's really incredible. I think he does it in OBS. I got to learn from him and get that stuff set up. But now I missed what I was even talking about. So yeah, not streaming with the cell, but I do use my phone as the secondary camera. So I have an iPhone and I use a Mac, and it has this thing called continuity camera, where if you're logged in with the same account and you're on the same Wi-Fi network, your laptop or desktop Mac is able to use your phone as another camera source, which is what I do when I switch from here to here. And believe it or not, I record all of my episodes. I do 99% of my filming with my iPhone, because the camera in the iPhone is actually really, 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 really good. So Jose Hurtado asks, are you going to get a Donkey Kong? Got one right back there. We could play that in a little bit if y'all want. Arcade Alex is guessing that my costume I'm like 10 minutes behind on video. I guess a couple of guesses that I'm going to be the Ultimate Warrior. I'm not going to paint my face. Reality Checkmate says there's a Star Trek Voyager near me for 1K that works. Star Trek Voyager, it's a cool game. It is so huge. Like, people can't give them away. Let's see. I'm going to skip past a ton of stuff here to get caught up. Oh, how do I pronounce this? Rativiv says, hello from Australia. What's going on? I guess it's Wednesday there, isn't it? It's like Wednesday afternoon in Australia, I think. Let's see. Brandon says John's Arcade would be proud. I don't know. I miss John. I still listen to the John Show with John, starring John, as a premium Video Game Outsider subscriber. I really don't listen or watch Video Game Outsiders, but the John Show is worth paying for that. Getting a lot of love for Carnival here, and love for Brandon's Twitch channel. Let's see. Zoner's asking, what about my food fight? So I've got everything I need to restore it. I need to order some reproduction artwork from Ali in the UK. Food fight will be restored soon. Probably not. I'm probably not going to get it done by the end of the year. Food fight is a high priority for me. What I really want to get done immediately, Mark's Cubert is going to be done this week. Boom. Frogger is probably 1, maybe 2 episodes away. I really want to get Frogger done and move down here. I've got wood grain vinyl. I need to repair the control panel, and that's basically it. I need to rebuild the 4600 in that, so maybe 2 episodes. The Tetris I really want to get done. So the Tetris is in the Dynamo HS5 is the cocktail, the Dynamo cocktail. We just signed a new lease for a new office at work. That's why the class of 81 came home, because that was in the old office. We've got a new office. That's going to go into the break room. I think we literally just got the keys today, October 1st. So I want to get the Tetris done. That cabinet needs to be cleaned, rebuild the monitor, probably redo the power setup. But the PCB works, and I tested it. Like, when I got the pickup and I did the test, it was a little bit graphical glitches. I cleaned up the edge connector, and it's working, and reseated the socket and chips. That Tetris PCB works perfectly, and it's got the cocktail ROMs. And I think a little cocktail Tetris will do great in an office break room. So, and I want to get the Miss Pac-Man finally done and painted. I'm going in a slightly different direction. I bought a different HVLP setup. Even though I spent all that money on the one with the air compressor, I got an airless HVLP setup, so we'll see how that goes. And long overdue here. I'm starting to get caught up. 5 minutes ago, random pixelated Billy Bob says, "Go and get yourself a taco, dude. With $5, I can get a burrito." You know my favorite Taco Bell item, which they don't have, but it's Taco Bell, like they bring things back and then they go away. It's like the McRib, but there's something every like quarter at Taco Bell. Is the quesarito. If you've never had a quesarito, next time it comes back, I highly recommend it. It's basically just like a beefy burrito with nacho cheese, but it's great. That's my jam with some hot sauce. Let's see. Oh, you see the logo in the other corner. So I see it right here, but you say you see the StreamYard logo over there? That's interesting. But I'm way behind here. Okay, let's see. What should I play? Let's play. We got to play some more games. And you know what I'll do? I'll give you guys a warning this time. I'm gonna give away some more channel memberships. Make sure you have clicked on the thing that says I'm willing to accept channel membership gifts, right? YouTube does so many weird things, but you do have to like accept. There's something you need to click on to say I'm willing to accept channel membership. So if you haven't done that, I'll give you a couple minute notice to before I hit that button again. We got a bunch of new channel members this evening. Thank you for all the folks that have donated channel memberships. Go to Miss Maximus gifted 5. Jeffrey May, or he gifted 10. Jeffrey Mays gifted 5. We've got so many awesome super chat donations here. We will review again at the end. Arcade Alex became a member. Scott Brockway became a member. Very cool. The goat says the cheesy gordita crunch is awesome with the Dorito shell. That's a good one. I do like I do like the crunch wrap. I think is pretty good. Beefy 5-layer is good. Wasn't there one like the beefy Fritos burrito, or is that Sonic? I can't remember. You get me all hungry. I had a good dinner tonight. My wife made like it's like spaghetti and meatballs, but it's more like spaghetti bolognese. The refresh rate with this new camera is sort of weird. Like Fester's Quest, when I put my hand up, it's better. I don't know. It's this auto focus thing it has. Mike Snide checking in from Massachusetts. What's going on? Chili cheese burritos legit, says Cameron. All right, we're gonna do a couple things here. We are going to the McDLT. You've all had fair warning, and Papa Sean 69 also points out that you can't be using a brand account if you want to receive a gifted channel membership. But I'm going to come in here. I'm going to hit this button. Oops. I'm going to hit this button, and I just gifted 5 more channel memberships to 5 random people. Unlike Twitch, where on Twitch, you can specifically gift memberships to specific people. And I do that on Brandon's channel quite a bit. I really try to, I'm trying to promote that channel more, get more people watching it because Brandon does an awesome job. And he doesn't promote himself enough. So I feel like I need to promote his Twitch channel. And like anytime he goes live, I post it in our channel members Discord. Hey, Brandon's live. You got to go watch him. There's quite a few folks that do get in there. And when I see my own channel members in there, I will often, they call them subs on Twitch. There's follows and subs on Twitch, and on YouTube it's subscribers and members. It's just all this complex stuff. But what's cool on Twitch is you can, when you gift one of those, you can either give it to someone that randomly, or you can specify who you want it to go to. On YouTube, you can only give it away randomly. So let's see who the lucky ones were. I got to go over here, and I got 3 screens I got to monitor all this nonsense with. YouTube is a mess. Let's see. Those 5 gifted channel memberships went to DE, Wooby, Creodin, Pixelated Traveler, and Jay Pace or Passe, who I see on Twitter, or now called X, quite a bit. We got a couple people popping out. Daniel Nostalgic Bit saying good night all. Appreciate you as a channel member and appreciate your super chat donation earlier. Yeah, let's see. Oh, Charles Klein says McDonald's brought back the breakfast bagel sandwiches, and I've been joining them. I had one of those this week. I can't remember what day it was. I had the McDonald's steak. Is it the steak and egg breakfast bagel sandwich at McDonald's? And they have the garlic sauce on it, which I think is great. I think that's the only. Is that the only sandwich at McDonald's that has the garlic spread on it? We do have somebody who's been a longtime viewer of the channel that I talked to quite a bit. Levi, he actually works at a McDonald's. He's a manager or something. But I got to disagree with Zoner69 here. Even though Zoner, you are an awesome person. We've hung out in person. Got to disagree. In-N-Out fries. I love In-N-Out burgers. Not a huge fan of their fries. Yeah, I even took your recommendation and ordered them well done, which improved them. But I think it's so their shoestring. If you've never been to In-N-Out, probably, in my opinion, the best true fast food burger, right? So there's other places that are like quick service, right? Like Smash Burger and Five Guys and whatever. But like a true fast food burger, like McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, that kind of that sort of thing. This is like a food live stream for some reason. In-N-Out, I think double animal style is the best true fast food burger, but the fries they're really thin shoestring fries, which isn't my thing, and they're cooked in it's like a non-normal oil. It's like sunflower oil or something like that. California, right? Chris's Retro Arcade says Nathan's fries. I do like Nathan's fries. Five Guys fries are good, but that's a whole different category. Like Five Guys is like boardwalk style fries. Totally different thing. General Strife is going to wash all this down with some Crystal Pepsi from 2016. You know what? That makes me think of Jerry Voluptuous. So I've been to his place a few times. He is, a business mogul. He's got a couple different businesses. And one of them, he's got a building where he's got offices, but he's also got a warehouse and like garage bays for work vans, right? Big work trucks. That's where I think most of his collection is, like all of his full-size games and everything. He's got, I don't know, like 30 games there, sort of like 2 horseshoes in the back of the warehouse. And that's a great hangout spot. And he's got he also collects like weird stuff too. Like he's got cases of Ecto Cooler. Like when Ecto Cooler got brought back for one of the Ghostbusters movies a few years ago. And I was tempted to like grab one off the shelf and try it, but I don't know. Yeah. I remember Crystal Pepsi. Arby's curly fries, Mike Snide. That's really good. We're focused too much on food right now. We should play another game. What other game should we play? Let's see. As a reminder, we've got DK3, Pango, Carnival, Joust, Tempest, Donkey Kong, Kangaroo, Time Pilot, Robotron, Play Choice 10, Centipede, NBA Jam, Asteroids, Do Run Run, Star Trek The Next Generation Pinball, and the Monsters Pinball. So let's see. Papa Sean 69 asks, has he reopened his restaurant yet? Hopefully soon. I think originally they were hoping for September, but there was a whole thing with the insurance and whatever. So hopefully soon, knock on wood. The pizza at Jerry's place, Mambrozzo's, right here. Awesome pizza. I would say easily the best pizza I've had outside of the New York City area. And he's just outside of Philly. Very, very good. We got some people asking for Play Choice 10. We got Zoner 69, excuse me, reminding everyone to get their checkups that all of us in our 40s and 50s need to have done. Let's see. You have, I don't know what that means, Auto Gamers. Oh, do I have gigabit internet? Yeah, I do have 1 gigabit line here. I could get 2, like we're wired for up to 2, but sometimes all my kids are streaming, watching videos, and it just gets too crazy. Chris's Retro Arcade still on the food, guys. Wants to bring back the Pizzone. Yeah. Yeah. What game should we play next? You still with me, Sean? Intern producer Sean? Still here. All right. We're rocking and rolling. Let's see. People want Play Choice 10, but we got options here. What are we going to play? Balloon Fight, Castlevania, Contra, Dr. Mario, Rygar, Gauntlet, Mario Brothers, Fester's Quest, TMNT 2, and Tecmo Bowl. I do have a lot more Play Choice 10 games that I can always switch them up. I'm sort of slowly trying to get a Play Choice 10 complete collection, which will likely never happen because there's crazy things like Ninja Gaiden 3 that no one's ever going to get. And like, I don't want to drop $250 on RC Pro-Am. It actually took me quite a while to find a Fester's Quest for a reasonable price. And if you're not familiar, Play Choice 10, very similar to the NES hardware, very similar to, I do have Kung Fu, not loaded, very similar to the Versus hardware, except this is basically an NES motherboard with slots for 10 games. The ROMs are almost identical, but the form factor of the cartridge is different. And so you can load 10 games onto the system, onto the board at a time. And I've got probably 40, maybe more, maybe 50 Play Choice 10 games. I have an almost complete NES collection. It's still in the old room, very substantial collection of a nearly complete loose cartridge set and probably at least 200, 250 complete in box NES games. I'm missing all the usual suspects like stadium events and I have Panic Restaurant. What's the one that the Game Chasers keep finding every time? It's a good side scroller. You're like 4 different characters. I forget. I really have stopped actively collect. What's that? 3 votes for Dr. Mario. Okay. Okay. We'll do that. Let's play some Dr. Mario. And maybe some Monsters. And maybe some... people were wanting DK3 before, too. So... All right. I'm going to move all the cameras around. Just imagine how hot it would be in here if I made some popcorn. It'd be way too hot. All right. We can get closer, too. We got a shots fired in the live chat. Was it General Strife who said that? Reality Checkmate says Dr. Mario is basically just Tetris, which is not true. It's more like what's the real name for Mean Bean Machine? There's like a Japanese name for it. It's not Puyon, but it's something like Puyo Puyo. It's more like Puyo Puyo. All right, and I know the vertical sync is a little weird. Okay, so Dr. Mario, everyone knows Dr. Mario, right? Oh. Okay, there we go. That's how we'll do it. Oh, man. I recovered from that. All right, Brandon, you got to go, buddy. Hey, I stay up for your late night streams. That's okay. I understand. I get it. It's all good. Here we go. Does anybody remember what the original name for the prototype of Dr. Mario was? It wasn't originally called Dr. Mario. Does anyone remember? Okay. Look at that. Combo. My stretchy pants. Hey, everyone likes stretchy pants. Nice and comfortable. Hey, the goat's checking out for the evening. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for all the support, all the super chats, all the everything. You rock, dude. I think, Charles Klein, you have a versus Dr. Mario, don't you? I think that I saw that in the pictures of the games you brought to the Rocky Mountain Game Fest. I think Zoner was asking about game beers tonight. No, I just drinking water. Trying to be healthy. Trying to be healthy. Yep. Let's see. We'll do that. Ooh. I thought that was blue. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Okay. Charles says the Dr. Mario is at the Boba Shop arcade. Isn't that cool? Oh, who's checking in from the UK? Who would that be? Tately, Key, Lemur. I can't make out what Sean's trying to tell me in my ear. We're gonna have to sort this out. Switzerland checking in. Younger Dynamiter is a new channel member. And I think he was telling us about, he's got a location in Switzerland, I think. He's got some games on location. All right. Do that. We'll do this. We're basically digging out these bad guys, these viruses. And yes, that was the original name of Dr. Mario, was just virus. All right. That should knock it out. Yep. We'll do this. We'll bust these free in just a second. Just like this. Oop, I need one more. There we go. This is going to take forever because I'm not going to die because I didn't do the skill. Oh, well, maybe not. Okay. Okay, I'll put that here. Oops. go. And like that. I'll just be here for a while. I'm concentrating and not talking. What are y'all talking about that I'm missing? You just mesmerized by how good I am at this game? All right. This game is too easy, or I have it set too easy. There we go. We are rocking and rolling on a school night. Okay. Oh, it's Cat Like Lemur 2 from the UK checking in. We are international, ladies and gentlemen. We've had Canada, Australia, UK, Switzerland. We are worldwide here at Overtime Arcade. I don't know if I'm going to get this. Nope. Nope. All right, let's see. Do I have this in me? Yeah, how's that? Who does it better, baby? Nobody. Nobody does it better. Nobody. Well, that's the joke, right? Dr. Mario is not a doctor. Do not let him touch you. That is... Now, Mario's had a lot of jobs. He can't seem to keep a steady source of employment. Hey, Billy Bob, thanks for checking in. Thanks for the super chat. 2 super chats from Billy Bob. Billy Bob is also a very generous benefactor of the channel. There we go. We are rocking and rolling here. Now we just got to dig these out. Oh, that was a bad mistake, but we'll recover. No big whoop. No issues. Yeah, I should have set the difficulty higher. All right. Maybe we'll do one more stage. Okay. What do we got? Narc. Yeah, I guess Narc goes with the Dr. Mario theme. I've had an Narc in my garage. But it belonged to my buddy Lex out in is it St. Louis? Yeah, I picked it up for him locally, and Beltman picked it up from my house. The seller didn't want to deal with shipping, but I was happy to help out a friend. So yeah, we played a little narc. Jerry Voluptuous has a narc, a nice one at that. Okay. Oh, that was kind of a boneheaded move right there. And so was that a little bit. Not enough to really slow me down. Okay. That was a mistake. There we go. Whoops. It's so slow, though, that it's... All right, good night, General Strife. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on, give me something to work with. Give me something. There is. This and Charles is saying how it's very therapeutic to play this game. I couldn't agree more. This and Tetris and any kind of puzzle game like this, you just get into a zone, you get into the flow state, and all your troubles melt away. There we go. Look at that. Zoner says he'd rather be playing a TPG. Well, because of that, we can pop back here. You can see me lose my credit over here. I'll probably run over the camera if I do that. Oof. How's that? All right. What am I missing here? Okay. Wow, we still have 40 people watching. I can keep rolling. Look at that. Yeah. R2 the K says, did you start at level 20? I should have started at level 1. It's way too slow. Way too slow. All right. I'd rather play a TPG. Have I played Tetris Attack on the SNES? I think so. I think so. Splatterhouse, that's a fun game. Reality Checkmate. Yeah. What else are we doing? Should we play another game? Who wants to see another game? We've been talking about. All right. I know there was some interest in Monsters. Why don't we play a little bit of Monsters? We can do that. Chris's Retro Arcade says Tempest. We played Tempest a little earlier. We had a completely insane $1 trillion super chat donation from channel member John, and he chose Tempest. We've played Tempest, but we can play some Monsters. You know, Monsters doesn't get a ton of love or respect from hardcore pinball aficionados, and I can understand that. You know, it's not the deepest game. It's not the most difficult game. I think it's fun. I like the theme. This one has the cool screen, so I'll back it up a little bit so maybe we can see that and the play field. This is a modern game. This is not a classic game. This is from, I think, 2019. So it's got the LCD in the back glass. It plays clips of the classic Munsters TV show, which I do very much appreciate. So, and I think the Munsters is a great gateway game for people that are not really into pinball. It's very easy and obvious, you know, to know what to do. The shots are makeable. So, and it's fun. My kids also think it's hilarious when the Raven yells out, you know, put more money in, Charlie. And my kids are like, it said your name. So again, try to do this without getting in the way. Hopefully I'm not bumping the camera. But this is the Munsters with the awesome theme song. There we go. The Dragster. Or Dragula. Okay. Now we've got the Herman. Had to bump the board. Oh, almost. Had to bump the table a little bit. We got a tilt warning. All right, let me line this up. There we go. So there's a magnet that grabs the ball at Herman. And now we've got a knock it free is the sort of, I want to say mission like in Star Trek. It's the mode that we're trying to complete. And there we go. So now we have it'll save that ball for me. We have the Herman multi-ball right now because we completed that hurry up. And yes, this is the Pro model, which is the base model. The Premium and the LE, they have the lower playfield for Grandpa's Laboratory. And I've played that. I don't love it because it's, you know, it's a miniature pinball. So the physics are very different from the normal, lost the ball. The lower playfield, the ones in the Premium and the LE that have the lower playfield for Grandpa's Laboratory, the physics are very different. It's not a full-size pinball. It's not full-size flippers. It feels like a toy, right? And that's what it is, but it feels like you're playing a toy tabletop pinball game, not a real pinball machine. I'm trying to make that skill shot, but I'm not. I'm like leaned over to the side. I'm not centered because the camera's in the way. And the LE has really cool like black and white artwork to go with the theme. This has full color size and everything, so you're paying more for your black and white instead of color, but it's actually really cool. No mods to this whatsoever. Bone stock. The only pin I've ever that was bad. The only pin I've ever gotten that was new in box. And had to deal with stern QA issues. One of the flipper buttons wasn't working, but I'm handy enough to fix that. All right, now Grandpa got a mystery. He's going to pick some mode for us. Boost Lily. And Lily just has a single target over here that you need to hit 4 times to light Lily. Instead of 4 separate targets. That's another criticism of the game. Extra ball. There we go. There we go. Extra ball. What do you guys think of the Munsters? You ever play it? I always liked the Munsters TV show more than the Addams Family. I don't know if that's a controversial opinion or what. The theme song was better. There we go. There's the Maryland. Ooh. Oh, but I still have my shoot again from the extra ball. There we go. But I've only completed Herman. It's kind of bad. You complete all of them to start the wizard mode, which is called Monster Madness. Oh, and I'm surprised Midnight Madness didn't happen. Maybe I don't have the time set right. But when you're playing, I think you have to be in the middle of a game. If you're playing a game while clock strikes midnight in real time, because this obviously has a computer inside, the whole game like turns off, like something went wrong, and then you hear like, I don't know, pulse or clock ticking or something, and they do like a seance for. Oh, I started a game by accident. How do I reset? Oh, I forget now. Don't you hold the flipper button and the start button? How do you kill the game? You hold all three, maybe? Oh, I don't know. We're not going to play another game of Monsters. What am I missing in the live chat? Yeah, weren't we playing it right at midnight? Eric Oren, good night, dude. I can't go to Pittsburgh this weekend. We've got kids have games, and Back to the Media Arcade is opening in Winchester, Virginia. That's where I've got to go. Yeah, Zoner agrees. Monsters is much better than the Addams Family, at least the TV show. Okay. Reality Checkmate says you need an EM in there. Disagree, strong disagree. There are very few EMs that I enjoy. Just putting that out there. They're slow, less interesting. EMs just aren't my thing. I mean, I respect them. I'll play one. Like, what I think is cool is where you go to a pinball arcade and there's, maybe, a 10-to-1 ratio of solid state, and then they throw in an EM every now and then. I think that's a good mix. Let's see. What else should we play? What should we talk about? Should we talk about upcoming videos? Papa Sean likes early solid state. Let's see. I still have tons of pickup videos I need to do. Oh, man. Let's see. I haven't done, excuse me, a pickup video for the Time Pilot. I have not done a pickup video for the Bubbles. I've got 3 more, right? 3 games that I picked up in August. I haven't done pickup videos for. My goodness. But yeah, I'm scrambling to get that Cubert done. I really want to get the Frogger done and downstairs. That'll be good. And the Tetris and the Ms. Pac-Man. And then I can figure out what's going on in the garage with, the warehouse raid games. Oh, Battlezone. If you guys were watching the Coin Jam podcast, friggin' Chance from the Canadian Arcade, I was bidding on my Battlezone Cabaret. It's complete minus like the top panel of the cabinet. And Tony Arrowwood has a Battlezone Cabaret on his workshop. He's going to get me very good dimensions so I can cut a new piece of wood for that myself. But my control panel, there's some rust, and under the artwork, it's like silk screened directly onto a metal control panel. And that artwork is starting to lift off because of rust. But I found somebody on the Cloud forums. It was a user who goes by the name of Druid. He pointed out that there was an eBay auction. Was it Druid? I think it was Druid. Of a replacement control panel, like an original control panel with a partial joystick. And I was winning it at like $2 with like 11 hours to go. And Chance was joking like, oh, I'm going to bid $3. And he accidentally bids 30, right? I was still the high bidder, but he bidded me up, $28. I did end up winning that auction. And his was not the second highest bid. So he's not to blame. I think I got it for like $40, which is an insane deal for that. Very uncommon piece. And it's got the base of the joystick, so I'll have an extra one. So that's really cool. We'll get that. I think that'll be the easiest and fastest thing to restore out of the warehouse raid because it's essentially complete. The only one with an intact monitor, complete board set, the only one with an intact harness, So I'm sure it'll need a little bit of work, maybe rebuild that Geo5 805, 13-inch black and white raster, or a black and white vector, allegedly a 15-inch, which is what Atari claimed, but it's not 15 inches. I do want to get the Enigma 2 figured out. I know SNES Cube 64 channel member Matt, he's working on a reproduction Enigma 2 board. I don't think that's a secret, right? I don't think that's a secret. A lot of people are interested in that Sonic asteroid, so I might end up selling or trading that Sonic asteroids, because I already have an asteroids, and it would be a pretty significant restoration. I want to get the Space Invaders done. I want to get the Native Defense done. Thief's going to be a real pain because it's basically an empty cabinet, and not even a complete cabinet. Like the back door's missing, the base is falling off. But Thief is a cool game. And then I got the 2 Pac-Man cabarets and the Ms. Pac-Man cabaret. Don't forget, in addition to the Ms. Pac-Man upright that I'm restoring, in addition to the Class of 81 that I have, that I'm selling, that's going to be that's already got back to the media. It's going to have a price tag on it. I think that's going to be something that I do, right? When I want to get rid of games, I'm probably going to send them to Mark's Arcade. And I could probably send some games to that Jackpot Pinball Arcade. They have maybe 2 or 3. They got like 40 pins and maybe 2, 3, 4 vids. But certainly with Mark, I can send games to Mark, and he's already set up to sell stuff, right? It's a store. So I think that might be what I do, like games that I restore and that aren't keepers for me. We can put it back to the media. People can play them and buy them there. And then I don't have to deal with the actual sale. Mark will do that. And Mark benefits because he gets a new game in his arcade, and it's a free play arcade. I forget. I don't know if he's charging, don't quote me, he's going to charge a flat rate, $10, $15, something, and then it's all you can play. And so getting new, fresh games in there is something that he wants. Like he's got a garage just like mine. I've been to his house a couple times helping him out, working on games. Yeah. And Zoner keeps saying, get Food Fight done. Perfect Storm Gaming says, what's up, Charlie? Congrats to on 5K. Thank you so much. We're celebrating that here. Appreciate the support. Jimothy Halpert says, and I get that reference, Jimothy. Just headed to bed, but wanted to drop by to say that I watch your videos when I go to sleep as background noise. Congrats on 5K plus. Thank you, Jimothy. If you're going to do that, which I do fully support, make sure you have it on autoplay so it just keeps going all throughout the night. It's hilarious that you do that, because I think I've said this before, so this is not a first-time confession. But I do that with John's Arcade even to this day. I just put on, like, I'll just, do a search and, on John's Arcade on the Apple TV, and just whatever randomly comes up, I'll just pick the longest one, and often it's like the end of the year, specials he would do like 4 hours long, and just let that run until I fall asleep. My wife doesn't like it, but that's all right. I do the same thing. And so I don't do the same kind of end of the year special, but what I do is I do a midnight live stream on New Year's. So typically, we'll do a live stream at like 12:15. So my wife will stay up just for midnight and then immediately go to bed, right? And my kids are at the point where my older ones will let them stay up. The camera is frozen a couple times. That's weird. I think it's when I move really fast and it struggles to keep up or something. So I'm the only one up by 12:15. So I just go and fire up the live stream and we have some fun. We hang out. It's not a school night or work night or anything. So typically, because New Year's Day, right? So we go for an hour or so. So we do that and we talk about year in review stuff and what we restored over the year and how the channel's grown. So mark that on your calendar. I know West Coast people maybe interferes with your midnight parties for New Year's, but East Coast folks, which is, overwhelming majority of the population, Eastern time zone, we'll do that 12:15, just like we do every year, unless my wife and I go on a trip or something, which we rarely do for a holiday like that. Cameron Cardwell says, I need a Pac-Man cabaret and Outrun cabaret. If only I had a friend with those. Actually, I'm at the point in my collection now. Let me tell you guys, I now have 59 games that I've owned. I'm actually below 59 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 games have officially left my possession. Like I don't own anymore. I've traded or sold, really mostly traded. And then 5 games are at Mark's Arcade. So there's probably maybe 50 maybe only 50 games at my house between the basement and garage. I'm at the point where I'm starting to get doubles, right? So I've got Pac-Man Upright and Pac-Man Cabaret. I've got 2 Pac-Man Cabarets minis. I also have a Pac-Man Upright that I haven't done a pickup video for yet. I have 2 Robotrons. I have 2 Jousts because I've got the restored Robotron, the restored Joust, plus another Joust cabinet, plus another Robotron cabinet in the garage. So I'm doubled up. I've got 2 Outrun minis, Outrun Cabarets. So we need to get rid of those. Zoner keeps saying, get Food Fight done. Chris's Retro Arcade says, Food Fight's got nothing on Burger Time. I'm going to get both of those done. Burger Time's going to be easier to get done. I think I probably only need 1 episode for Burger Time. We're going to do very, very light cosmetic restoration. We're going to leave most of the patina. We're going to shore up the bottom of the cabinet. I do have a reproduction Deco Burger Time marquee that I got from what's the place in the Netherlands? Is it arcadereproart.com, something like that? That was really nice. And I got some Outrun stuff too from them, like the emblem for the steering wheel. Yeah, the Burger Time will get done sooner. The last thing I'm waiting on is a joystick the correct joystick, because I think the joystick that I had was a replacement. I'm trading with Dillweed for a correct Deco joystick. So that's going to be soon. That's going to be hopefully done this month, the Burger Time. Perfect Storm Gaming says, also, how do I contact you? Wanted to have you on the channel for a live stream. We've talked about this. I said Twitter or email, and I guess you couldn't find the email. Let me copy and paste it for you. It's under, if you go to the YouTube channel and then click on more, it's right here. Whoops. How did I accidentally launch the mail app? Okay. Hopefully this comes through. Let's see. Are you gone now? Perfect. Oh, Perfect Storm Gaming is like, I can't at you. All right, that's, yeah, but you have like the weird caps sort of thing. So if I type your like at and then your name, it doesn't show up. But yeah, that's my email address if you want to send me something so we can schedule coming on the live stream. Let's see. Reality Checkmate says, me and my wife drink prune juice and go to bed at 9 on New Year's. And it will be here before we know it. Charles Klein, let me tell you, September disappeared like that. September is like the busiest time of year for me at work. I posted a meme in the members only Discord. The caption was, "This is what September at work is like for Charlie," and it's the scene from Star Trek 5 or Star Trek 6 when Sulu, who's now a captain of the Excelsior, like Kirk is in combat with the Klingon ship that has figured out how to fire while cloaked, and the Enterprise is just getting beat up. And Sulu on the Excelsior, they're warping as fast as they possibly can to catch up. And there's this scene where, you know, Sulu's in the captain's seat and everyone else is like, and they're flying so, like, they're just pushing the ship so hard. They're you know, going as fast as they can, right? And everything's like shaking, right? And you know, Sulu's like, come on, right? Because he wants to go faster. And the helmsman, who used to be Sulu's job, said, you know, we'll fly the ship apart. And Sulu snaps at him, fly it apart then. That's what September is like for me at work. except I'm not on the bridge. I'm like Scotty, the chief engineer, trying to keep everything, finger in the dam like the little Dutch boy, keep everything and running and just all going, full tilt. That is the whole month of September. So I'm glad that's over. Now we're basically in the recovery mode of, Q3 is always the biggest year for us for winning new work, new business. And now Q4 is like, okay, now we got all that work. We have to execute on it and start to plan for next year. But yeah, I'm glad September's over, but it goes by like that, right? And it's football season and we're a football family, football and cheerleading. So our schedules are just nuts. Every night there's something going on, but I'm still making progress on games, restorations and videos. Let's see, Reality Checkmate. I know a guy with an Outrun Cabaret for 1,500 in California. I think that's kind of high, isn't it? Isn't that kind of high? I'm just looking up the Vintage Arcade Gal price guide. Turbo Outrun, Outrun 2, Outrun Mini. Yeah, even at the high end, Vintage Arcade Gal has Outrun Mini at $1,250. So 1,500 is probably steep. And I think what I'm going to do with the Outrun Minis is between the two of them, I'm going to cannibalize that into one really nice one to restore. I've got everything that I need. I technically have 3 PCBs because Mike Jensen, Mike from Mike's Amateur Arcade Monitor Repair, he sent me an Outrun because I had, first one I have, the board is dead. The second one I got has a working turbo Outrun, and I know you can deconvert turbo Outrun back into Outrun. Mike Jensen sent me a Outrun PCB that is Outrun, not turbo. It's the original Outrun, and it's working, but it has some graphical issues like missing sprites, which I think is very common. So I'll figure it out. I'll get a working board set there. I've got a working monitor. I've got all the parts that I need. And the what's left over I will sell as a mostly complete but totally non-working project to somebody. And quite a few folks, including Cameron Cardwell, has mentioned an interest in that. But yeah, let's Perfect Storm Gaming. Let's talk about doing a live stream. The next month or so would be cool. Let's see. Yeah, I guess the reason I couldn't at you is because there's like, it's not like you have Perfect Storm Gaming and like weird caps, and it's like small bold caps. And Papa Sean 69 says they're actually special characters that just come up as boxes on the Amazon Fire Stick. Yeah, Charles, September's so fast. Zoner's got a friend with a Zeke's Peak that he won't sell. Doesn't sound like much of a friend then. Let's see. Oh man, how long we've been on? We've been live for almost 2.5 hours. My goodness. This is crazy. We should probably wrap up relatively soon. We just hit, holy smokes, like just now, 5,370 subscribers. So we were way overdue for this 5,000 subscriber celebration. Let's see. All right, maybe we'll play one more game. Why don't you guys think about what you want to see? Again, our options are minus the games we've already played. We've got DK3, Carnival, Donkey Kong, Kangaroo, Time Pilot. Most of you probably haven't seen the Time Pilot yet. We've got some Play Choice 10 games. We got Centipede. We got Do and Run, NBA Jam, and Asteroids. So if there's a consensus or a donation, I'll play. I mean, if anyone donates, I'll definitely play whatever they want. Or if there's a consensus on what y'all want to see. Yeah, this was a fun stream. This went great. I never know, like, are people going to show up? Did I do a good enough job, like, promoting it, right? Am I doing too much, like, spamming it? I remind everyone in the Discord, and I put it on Clav and Twitter and a couple different Discord channels. And I did a Facebook a couple places, but, that ends up getting me banned from Facebook groups. They're like, oh, you spam too much. Okay, well, It's not against the posted rules and zero warning, but cool. I'll respect it. It's your group. I'm gone. Let me tell you, I tried to do a little bit of self-promotion on Reddit, and Reddit is a dumpster fire. Reddit is a wasteland. Yeah, it's just people flaming each other nonstop. Hey Charles, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you had time to get in here. Let's see. Josh, Encore's Arcade is asking for NBA Jam. What's Numa Dance? I don't know what that means, Zoner. John wants Do Run Run. Perfect Storm Gaming sent me an email. Papa Sean wants Do Run Run. Chris's Retro Arcade, DK3. Yeah, John's like, you guys are still going? Yeah, we're still going. It's only been 2.5 hours. Let's see. All right. Yeah, what do you guys want to say? We can do the Do Run Run. I don't have it turned on just yet, but I can. And that's having a DeGauss issue too, like since I moved it over here. Maybe it's just where it is. Figured out. Okay, you guys want Do Run Run? We can do Run Run. Let's grab the camera. We'll play some Do Run Run. Yeah, Munsters is still waiting for me to start the game, which isn't going to happen. All right. And isn't there a way to to kill the game? I thought it was like holding start and the left flipper. I thought if you held that down, it killed the game. Maybe not. I'll just restart it. All right. And we'll take the camera here. Zoner's leaving. You're not allowed to leave. You're on Pacific time. It's not even your bedtime yet. All these beautiful games. So beautiful. And we'll come over here. And I don't even know how I'm going to set this up so you guys can see it. It doesn't look all that great. How about a little rotation? All right. And we will power it up. Where's the switch? Right about. Huh. I actually was playing this before the live stream, and like just to make sure like it was working, because this one is on a different switch, so it doesn't get powered up at the same time with all the other games. And I wasn't really playing it. I was like standing and playing it, which is very awkward. I'm gonna get a chair over here. Try to squeeze it in. Okay, I don't know how that's gonna work. Yeah, I don't know about that. And like I had the game of my life. I think I got to level 8 before I lost a life, which is wild. So let's see. Let's see. Oh man, I need to rethink how these cocktails are set up in here. Yeah. Sorry, let me get my camera in here. That's not going to work. We're going to do this differently. Oh man. And I took Teddy's had a bed in here, Teddy the arcade dog, but I pulled it out so that I could walk through and move around without having to step over it. Okay. That's better, right? I got stuff on the floor in the way of the... Okay. That's much better. Okay. I can kind of see. I don't really need to be able to see, right? And again, this is a Do Run Run in a Oh, that's very quiet. In a what do you call it? Dig Dug cocktail cabinet. And this is the fourth game. Oh, it's so quiet. I can barely hear it. This is the fourth game in the Mr. Do series. There we go. And this is a horizontal game, not a vertical game. So they had to really hack up the cabinet to fit a horizontal game, because Dig Dug is vertical. And yeah, so it's kind of all messed up on the inside to enable that. And basically there's two ways to clear the board. You either kill all of the enemies, or you collect all of the fruit, pellets, whatever. Oh, I almost got the A. And if you spell extra, you get an extra life. They either kill all the guys or get all the pellets. Yeah, trying to get that A. Oh, he ran away. All right, and there I collected all the pellets to clear the board. Yeah, we have a gauze issue over here. I don't know what's going on with that. The game cabinet was moved, so. Oh, but what's funny is I still get all those points, even for killing them after I died, which is sort of nuts. And when you draw, see that line that's following where I walk? When you draw a line around the fruit, it upgrades the fruit into a higher value stuff. So we go from pellets to cherries to tomatoes or whatever they are. And now we've triggered our bonus conga line of fools. A lemon. There we go. Look at that. All those bonus points, killing all those guys with a log. It looks like a little piece of cake that sort of wedges. It's like it chalks the log in place. I don't know what that was all about. Hey, yeah, that was a good shot. And they struggle to climb or descend the steps as fast as you can, so that's where you can have an advantage. Kind of like how on Pac-Man they're unable to go through the tunnel as fast as you can. There we go. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. Killed him, though. Oh, no more logs. I'll just clear this out. There we go. Get to the next scene. What am I missing in the live chat? That was a close call. Oh, and all I need is one more letter for the bonus life. There we go, off the bounce. I think you also get more points if the ball bounces a bunch of times before it kills an enemy. And let's see. There we go. That's a bonus life. Look at that. Ooh, look at this. I win an extra Mr. Do. That's cool. Little cutscene. And I think it advanced me. I think it advanced me. Say that again, Sean. Yes, I did get a kicks. That needs, well, it's more complicated than that. I think I technically have 2 kickses. Is that the plural? But I will be restoring one as a nice kicks. I think I have a, did they just knock the log themselves? I think they did. Oh, we're about to hit 100,000. 1 life left. That's it. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Just barely 100,000. Overtime Arcade channel member John says, at 10K subs, you think he'll be ready to play Jungle King? I think I'll have the Jungle King done by then, hopefully. Look at that, 100,000. That's probably my personal best. And this is so weird, this. All right. Sounds like we got Lawman checking in from Austria. So how many countries are we up to, Sean? We had, obviously US, Canada, now Austria, UK, Australia, Switzerland. Am I missing any of our viewers from abroad? That is wild. That is wild. Well, all right. Yeah, we'll try to play Jungle King, John. I still need to get some of that black paint off of the Jungle King, and that is so brutally difficult. I can't do my shortcut method of laying the cabinet on its side and putting paper towels on it and soaking them in my isopropyl and then covering up with that with saran wrap, because those title cabinets are made of like MDF, right? Which will soak up the alcohol and expand. Who was it? Arcade Restore Noob tried that, and it like bubbled up like a pizza face, right? So the only way to do it, because I'm trying to preserve the stenciled artwork underneath, right? The stenciled paint underneath is just wax on, wax off with magic erasers and elbow grease. And anytime I get like a couple hours I need to kill, I get out there and I'll do like 6 more inches across the cabinet. It takes forever. I'm all done on one side. The front is done, and I'm more than halfway done on the other side. But then I have to repair the cuts on the sides. It was very tempting to almost grab that left behind Jungle King with the raccoon skeleton from the warehouse raid. But I felt like that would have been a cop out. Like, I want to do that repair. Like, excuse me, I gotten good advice from Tony Arrowwood, who is a master woodworking guy, and Ty too, about how to do that repair. So, and I've got the router now, which is going to make it easier. So we'll roughly cut a piece of wood for each side, and we'll get it in with like what do you call it? A biscuit joiner, right? We'll get that, glue it, let that go. We'll Bondo it to get it nice and right, and then we'll have. I'll take some time and really precisely cut like a template piece that we can then trace. Maybe, I mean, I do have other cabinets. I don't know if there's a way I can like lay one on top of the other and kind of trace it that way. Like having 2 cabinets like laid sideways on top of each other, and then using one with the router to trace, if you can kind of visualize what I'm talking about. Yeah, that'll do it. As Charles Klein said, when I stripped black paint off my Omega Race cockpit, I rewatched John's Arcade's whole Journey Restore series by the time I finished. That's like, like 30 hours of video. And what did they convert? Somebody converted an Omega Race cockpit. What did they convert it to? They put a raster monitor in it. Omega Race is a cool game. I wouldn't mind having an Omega Race. I've had a couple of opportunities, but they were not good restoration candidates, or they wanted, basically like a converted game that wasn't working. They wanted the price of a restored Omega Race for it. Yeah, Lawman Arcade says that's brown paint. It's funny, right? So 2 things happened to me in public in the last couple of weeks. So first of all, I got recognized for the first time ever. And this was completely zero arcade context. It's not like I was at an arcade or at some sort of event where it made sense for like people who had maybe seen my videos to be in a position to recognize me. I was at one of my kids' games, and I wasn't wearing like a t-shirt or anything. But one of the other dads on my kids' team was like, "Have I seen you on YouTube?" So that was kind of funny. And then I was at another one of my kids' games, and I usually sit in the front row and like follow the ball, right? So I'll go up and down the bleachers because I want to sit like right at the line of scrimmage, so I'm constantly moving. And one of the dads after the game, we were waiting for the kids. He's like, "What does your shirt mean?" And I've got a John's Arcade shirt where on the back it's just in black and white, and it's kind of a silhouette, and it says, "This is brown paint," right? And I tried to explain what that meant to a normal person, right? To a muggle, if you will. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think he got it. My kids love that clip that Adam from One Circuit made, like that super cut of the brown paint, and it's like a couple minutes of him like reacting to it and just being shocked. Into like a little 30-second, he says, "This is brown paint," over and over again. My kids love that video, cracks them up. But yeah, Charles, with this Omega Race cockpit, it had a joystick and 6 buttons. 6 buttons. They made a Street Fighter cockpit. The joystick and the spinner hole. What the heck? Yeah, I use the term muggle quite a bit. To usually refer to non-technical people, but it's a term of endearment. I don't use it as a pejorative. So, we lost a sub. Now we're down to 5369. We're down from our all-time high of 5370. It's crushing loss there. Oh yeah, Lawman Arcade also says also the one clip with 10 questions from the same person. So that's when John would do um, letters. What did he call it? Viewer mail, right at the end. And what was the guy's name? Was it Ron? Ron Phillips? Are you out there, Ron Phillips? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Ron Phillips. Oh man. No, I know his name is John, right? But yeah, the guy who sent like 10 and John printed out like 10 viewer mails, not realizing they were all from the same person. He's like, okay, our next question is from Ron Phillips. And then Ron Phillips, like, Ron Phillips, are these all from Ron Phillips? Yeah. No, Crime Fighter. That's John's Arcade. John Jacobson is John's Arcade. We're talking about the guy that John printed out, you know, like 10 viewer mails accidentally all from the same person. And that guy's name was Ron Phillips. And so John keeps saying, Ron, why are these all from Ron Phillips? Thanks for subscribing, Crime Fighter. I appreciate that. Oh, you put us back to 5370, back to our all-time high. We'll be at the 6,000 celebration live stream in no time. We'll be at the 10,000 one in no time. But I think it's getting late. We've been live for 2 hours and 45 minutes. This is crazy. I really want to thank intern, producer, super moderator, Overtime Arcade channel member Sean Cruikshank. Sean, thank you so much. Let's all give Sean a round of applause. I appreciate that. I also really want to thank everyone who donated, who became a channel member. Let me go back through here and thank everybody. First, we had Jerry Voluptuous with a $499 million super chat. Random Billy Bob with a $200 million super chat. Godamus Maximus with a $1.999 billion super chat. Gino Blaze with a $199 million. Arcade Alex became a channel member. Daniel Nostalgic Bits had a $500 million super chat. Wayne had a $1.399 billion Canadian, so you got to do that conversion, super chat. Jeffrey Mays gifted 5 channel memberships. Arcade Alex donated $699 million Canadian. And then John, Overtime Arcade channel member John, unprecedented, set an all-time record, a $1 trillion super chat donation. Really, really appreciate that, John. That's so awesome of you. Jade, aka Neon Bitchy, formerly known as Sheline Gaming, $999 million super chat. The GOAT himself, Godamus Maximus, gifted 10 channel memberships. Scott Brockway became a channel member. Random Billy Bob with another $500 million super chat. We gave away a couple of other gift memberships also. So thank you all. Sean did a great job. The morning is going to come fast. So thank you all for all of your support. I couldn't have gotten to 5,000 without all of you. I'm assuming everyone that's here is a subscriber, but if you're not, consider becoming a subscriber. Now's a great time. If you really like what we're doing, consider becoming a channel member. $1.99 a month. You get early access to all the videos. You get access to a private monthly members only live stream and our private members only Discord. It's a lot of fun. That Discord super active. All of the new channel members that joined, I will go and post right after the live stream. I'll post a link to the Discord in a members only community post on the YouTube channel. But if you have your Discord account linked to your YouTube account, it should just work automatically. We've got a merchandise shop. Latest T-shirt. A reminder to know the difference between vertical collapse and horizontal collapse. It's different if the monitor's been rotated, so don't forget about that. It's starting to get cooler out there, so I got a new hoodie for myself, a Overtime Arcade logo hoodie. You got all kinds of cool stuff. You can barely, it's black, you can't tell in the low light. Nice, big, oversized, comfortable hoodie. I'll be wearing that at some of the cooler weather games. But yeah, thank you all for all your support. Hit that like button. Tell your friends about Overtime Arcade. We'll see you at 6,000. We'll see you later this month for the members only live stream. Maybe we'll do another public live stream soon. We've got the Coin Jam podcast coming up soon. I know we want to get. I've been talking to Mike from Mike's Amateur Arcade Monitor Repair about coming on as a guest. I think we'll make that work at some point. John, thank you again so much for that incredible super chat, as well as everybody else. Thanks again, Sean, for all of your support. And yeah, guys, I have a lot of fun making content for you. I really appreciate all the support, all the great feedback. But I think it's time to go. So with that, thanks for watching Overtime Arcade. I'm Charlie, and I'll see you next time.